Hi, first grade. It's Mrs. Kopaz. I hope everybody is doing well. Last week we talked about lines and we did a drawing of ourselves in a special place. This week we're going to talk about shapes and we're going to look at some geometric shapes over here. If you take a look at this picture, some of these are shapes that you probably already know. We can see shapes in things that we use every single day. So if we take a look at this picture of some toys, what geometric shapes do you see in this picture? For example, like on the little block guy, the little person block, like his head is made of out of a circle, his arms and his legs and his body are rectangles. So we can see some geometric shapes, and if we were to draw that little guy, we would use those shapes to draw it. So if we take a look at this picture, it kind of takes all of those shapes that we saw and puts them together, and it starts to look like the objects from the photograph. If we take a look at this picture, this is actually a toy made by an artist. This is a little pull toy on wheels. It's a little bird made by Alexander Calder. He loved to make toys and art that moved. What are some shapes that you see in this toy? I see a triangle for the beak. I also see circles for the wheels, and I see a triangle down for the bird's neck. I see a little teeny tiny circle for the eye as well. So today we're going to find a toy that you really like and we're going to draw it. Let's take a look at some photos of students that have done that in the first grade. So this first one is a snow globe, and you can see the picture shows both the object that the student was looking at and the drawing. So we see a big circle for the top of her snow globe, and then she drew the little mermaid inside of her snow globe too. We can also take a look. This student drew his Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle and has looked for all the different shapes that he saw. Like we see some rectangular shapes for the legs and arms, a circle for the head. So we're going to look at something today and do our best to draw it. So for your drawing today, you're going to need your crayons, a sketchbook, and a toy that you would like to draw. Go ahead and get those objects and meet me back here. Okay guys, so for my drawing of a toy, I picked this little dinosaur guy that I have here, and I picked him because he has a lot of good shapes. I can see that his head is an oval, his body is an oval, and then he kind of almost has like squares for his feet, and his tail kind of comes out at an angle and back in, and I like this little zigzag on his body too. So I'm going to turn my paper today so it's long because he's long. So you could turn your paper whatever way you like, and I'm just going to lay him down so I can see him really well. I'm going to start off by drawing his head. So I'm going to draw a big oval for his head. So I'm making him a little bit bigger than he is in real life. Now his body comes down below a little bit, right about there, and then I'm gonna attach his head to his body by using two curved lines. Comes in and he comes in, and I'm really looking at his detail. Now I'm gonna come down and down almost like I'm making a square, but it looks like the bottom of his foot curves a little bit, and then he has a little stitch for his toe. I'm gonna come down and I'm gonna come down, and then I'm gonna curve. I'm going to make the little stitch for his toe that I'm observing. Then his tail comes out and curves around and comes back to his body. He has a circle for his eye right here, a circle for his nostril. I only see one the way that I'm looking at him, and a little line for his mouth. And he has a zigzag that runs all the way down his back for his spikes. Okay, so now I have some lines I don't need anymore. I can get rid of this line, and I can get rid of this line, and I don't need these lines anymore. I'm just going to look and see. I think I'm going to draw the little tag on him too, because that's a part of him. So I'm going to come out and out, and it looks like it loops up and around right like that. So he has his little tag on him. And he kind of has some stitches up here. I'm going to make those little stitches around his mouth and around his head. So really look for those little details that you might see that might go unnoticed if you don't look really carefully. You know what else I'm noticing? I can see his other two legs, but they come up higher than the ones in the front. And I see this one is right here. Okay, so I think he is done. I'm gonna go try to find the colors in my crayon pack that look just like he does. Okay, first grade, so here is my finished drawing of a toy. I used a lot of geometric shapes in this drawing. Remember, I used the circle for the eyes, I used an oval for the head, an oval for the body, kind of like some squares or rectangle shapes for down on his feet too. I tried really hard to find the same kind of colors that I saw in the toy. So I looked for that blue, it was pretty close, so I used that one, and then yellow for his spikes. I can't wait to see what toy you pick, and I can't wait to see your drawings. Remember to do your best, and you're the only person that should be drawing on your drawing. You're going to take a picture and put it up so that I can see it. Have a great week, everybody, and I'll see you next time.